Hey guys, welcome back to Forza Horizon 4. So today we'll be doing a drag build and tune for this 1965 Ford Mustang GT. So if you enjoy the video or find it helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. Alright, so we'll take our 65 Mustang up to the festival drag strip. We can pull it up to the line over here so we can see the speed by the end of it. It's up to the line here, so this car is set up in rear wheel drive. It's going to launch it from about 5,500 RPM, drop it there, a lot of wheel spin because it is wet, to third then to fourth, and we cross the line at 295 kilometers an hour. Alright, so now we'll take our 1965 Ford Mustang into the festival drag strip race, so we can see how fast it is against other cars, as well as getting a time by the end. So they got us at launch, but once we've got traction, we'll just fly straight past and crossing the line. Easy win there. And we got a time of 8.7 seconds. Right, so now that we've seen how fast this car is, we'll now take it into the festival and I'll show you how to upgrade and tune it. So first we'll come into the custom upgrade menu here. So first thing we'll do is come down to the conversions tab and into engine swap. So here you want the 6.5 litre V12. Then we don't need to touch the drivetrain swap as we're keeping it stock rear wheel drive. Then if we come into the aspiration, we're going to put the twin turbos onto the V12. So back out of conversions, now we'll come into aero and appearance. So for the front bumper, you want to go to the remove option here to save a few kilos. Then if we come into the rear bumper, you're going to do the same again to save a bit more weight. Then if you come over to the hood, you can put on either of these options. They'll both save you 2 kilos. So back out of aero and appearance, now we'll come into tyres and rims. So into the tyre compound, we'll just chuck on the drag tyre compound. Then if we come into the rear tyre widths, you want to make these as wide as possible. Don't touch the front ones as we want to keep them as thin as possible because we're not driving those wheels. Then if you come into rim style, you want to chuck on some lighter weight rims, save about 18 kilos there. So back out of rim style, we can now come into the rear track width. Just make this as wide as possible as it helps a bit with the stability. Now if we come back out of tyres and rims, we can come into the drivetrain here. So you just want to max everything out, so race clutch, race transmission, race driveline and the race diff. So back out of drivetrain, now into the platform and handling. So here we're going to do the race brakes, then rally suspension, then the race front and rear anti-roll bars, as well as a full race weight reduction. So back out of platform and handling, now into the engine upgrades. So here we're going to do the race intake, as well as the race fuel system, race valves, race engine block, race pistons and compression, race twin turbos, and then finally the race intercooler. So that's it as far as upgrades go, so you can go ahead and apply all of these. Alright, so now that we've upgraded our car, we can come into the tuning menu down here. So first I'll cover the metric tune, and they'll show you the differences for the imperial tune, which include tyre pressures and springs. So for the front tyre pressure here, you just want to bring it slightly up to 1.8 bar. Then for the rears, you just want to drop it down to the minimum, which is 1.0 bar. Then next, if we come over to the gearing, we want to bring our final drive down to 2.95. Then if you come down to the fourth gear here, you want to set this to 1.10, like that. So next, if we come over to the alignment, we want to set our front cast angle over to 7 degrees. Then if we come into the springs tab next, your front springs, you want to set them to 58.0 and the rear ones down to 27.0. So next we've come over to the dampening. For the rebound stiffness in the front we want 6.1 and we want 1.5 in the rear. Then if you come down to the bump stiffness, you want 5.4 in the front and 1.2 in the rear. Then the final tab in the tuning settings, want to come over to the differential, and you'll bring your acceleration up to 100%. So that's it as far as the tuning goes. Now I'll show you the differences for the Imperial tune. So the differences for the Imperial tune is you want 26.5 psi in the front tire and 15.0 in the rear. Then if you come over to the springs tab, you want 324.8 in the front and 151.4 in the rear. So that's it as far as differences go, so you can go ahead and apply all of these. Alright guys, so this has been a drag build and tune for the 1965 Ford Mustang GT. So if you enjoyed the video or found it helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe.